Year one, I used my savings. Years 2 through 5, this is when I was like 25 to 30, right? I'm in my 20s, so you don't need as much money. I think my secret for traveling that long was not spending. uh, I learned a lot of budget savvy tricks to save money. I was living off of $10,000 a year, so I picked up seasonal work as a hostess for this company called the Yacht Week. Then I also did like some other sailing charters. So maybe I'd work 2 to 3 months out of the year, and it's a very social job as well. I'd have guests from all over the world, and they would be like, "Hey, why don't you come visit me here?" And I'm like, "Bet I will." Like I am that person who will show up. I think one of the things I've learned is you can be wealthy in a lot of different ways. So like during that time frame, I wasn't wealthy financially, but I was wealthy in my relationships with people. I never wanted to be seen as like a taker. Like I go somewhere, I stay at their place for free, I'm staying on the couch. But I think why people were so willing to do that is because of the energy that I provided as well. It's like I have this positive spin of the world. I'm excited to see anything. I don't need to see like the big bucket list destinations. It's more like, well, how do you live your life? I want to know how you live your life here. Even if you don't have money, like what can you give to people? It's like I'm a chef. I can cook you a meal. I give you travel advice. I don't know. I can make you smile. I really had no money, but I was really happy, and I still lived a full life. And I would typically just stay in places that were like a little bit cheaper, like Central America, Southeast Asia.
Being wealthy isn't only a financial aspect. We bring so much to different environments, whether it's your energy or the skills you have or your cultural background. There's so many things that we bring to our friendships and to a destination when we come and visit that I think a lot of people kind of shy away from. So I love that this conversation isn't only about money. Money, of course, is really important. Like we can't get around that, but there's so many other lessons beyond the financial takes, which is really important. You've mentioned seasonality and seasonal work. Can you talk to us about like how do you get started with finding seasonal work and what does that actually look like in practice as you're traveling and on the road?
Yeah, so what it looked like for me, so I had seasonal work as a chef on sailing charters. I would only do it for like 2 to 3 months, but like if you want to do it longer, you definitely could. There's opportunities from the sailing standpoint. They have the Mediterranean over the European summer, and then they have the Caribbean basically for the rest of the year, like from November to May. The path I chose was this more like fun boat, fun boat option in Europe and things like that. But like learning this new skill it was really like learning this new skill of cooking really did help me travel around the world. I've done sailing charters, Tahiti, Seychelles, all around Europe, Caribbean, Mexico. Just being open to like learning this skill. Did I cook before? I was kind of spoiled growing up. My mom cooked and cleaned for me. I lived in New York. I was working in finance. I would eat out all the time. So when I originally told my mom, like, yeah, I'm gonna cook and clean for people on boats, she's like, how? So I didn't know how to cook before I started. Yacht Week, they have this training program. So I was able to go through their training program and become a host for that summer. And a lot of those people, if they want to make like better money, they'll go over to the Caribbean for a longer season. I just took my $10,000 and fluttered around. Seasonal work, like it can work for like different types of people as well. I have friends who are bartenders, who will like work a summer season in like Chicago or Boston and then travel for 6 months out of the year. So when you're thinking about these things, you just have to like know what your budget is, like know how much you want for your traveling expenses. And once again, it goes back to like the privilege of the American dollar and the US passport. Like if you can make some money in dollars and go to countries where it's not as expensive or the exchange rate is better, you can really have that stretch out.
Are there skills that you feel like if you're living this long-term travel lifestyle that these are the areas that folks should like zero in on, get really good at because that could open up new opportunities for staying on the road, making money, that sort of thing?
Openness is like a really big a really big skill because you might not know what you're going to get into, but like if the opportunity comes, be open to that opportunity and don't doubt yourself being like, wait, I don't know how to do this thing. For me, it was cooking. Like, I don't know how to cook, but I'm gonna take this opportunity and see how it changes my life. There's other skills if you want to do like more like remote work or things like that. deep dive into like a certain topic, if you like really want to know, go after like email marketing and become like an email marketing expert. Freelance world, so that could be, there's like the more of like physical labor skills, like I was doing like as a chef. So even if it's a skill you don't have yet, you can learn that skill and then do it. Don't be scared of trying something that you actually don't know yet, because when I wrote down, like when I had my first week of work as a chef on Yacht Week, I wrote down a recipe for scrambled eggs. Like that's how novice I was. And now I'm like Chef Boyardee. Like I can do any, like, yo, I make sous vide steak, hollandaise sauce, eggs benedict. Like I'm like the best chef now.
When I was coming to this conversation, I was like, oh, well, these are things that you have to kind of have in your back pocket already established. Like, but it sounds like no, like you can obviously you can learn, but you can learn on the job, you can learn on the road, like you can get better. And that will open up new opportunities. If there is someone who's listening and they're like, you know what, like I want to do a big around the world trip within the next 2 to 3 years, give myself some time, walk myself into this big adventure. Like, where should they start? How can they prepare today?
Yeah, if you want to prepare today, I think first thing first, figure out your budget. I think that's the most important step. Like figure out like the biggest things, like accommodations, like are you a hostel girly, or like you're like no way to hostels. Like once you figure out like what your daily spend can be, multiply that your daily spend by the amount of time you want and make your budget. So I would start with the budget, then go to places that you can afford within that budget. Then start saving. Put the money in a either high yield saving account, or for what I did, I put it in a betterment account. So it was a travel fund that was still being invested. You can put in the exact time frame that you want to use the money and what risk level you have. So I told them my risk level, I want this money in 2 years. So they allocate the investments for you. So like even my travel fund was like in an investment account, because I'm a finance girl at heart. So yeah, budget, accommodation, and then in my opinion, book the one-way flight. Also like build up credit card points. So if a flight was over $300, I would use miles for that flight.
A lot of the things that you mentioned here is things that I think financially savvy travelers know very well. Like we've heard of things like using points and miles, but I love how you framed it. You said, I'm using points and miles for flights over X amount of dollars, right? So I love that, like you offer so much like great perspective, and you have like little things that you do to like make your dollar stretch, which I really, really appreciate.